Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Come on! Hello and welcome. My name is Daniel Cranting. This is my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's right at the bottom right. If you're using a phone, it's at the bottom right. Just by the title, subscribe. Click that subscribe button. Like the video. Leave a comment in the comment section, especially for Manchester United. Let's go! I know my fellow Reds are delighted. Some may say it's just a Carabao Cup. We don't care. 6 years for Manchester United without winning a trophy. It's huge. It's the peak of mediocrity. And for me, Erik Ten Hag is a reason for all this. Look, first of all, when you're a big team, at no point in time should you ever lower your standards. And that's what Manchester United did under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now, if you remember, during the time, the narrative, and because he was a likable person, you were forced to go do away with your standards just to accommodate him. In that, when Ole made a semi-final, they said United had made progress. He made a Europa Cup final, he lost. They said, oh, it was progress. He's progressing the team. He finishes second in the Premier League. That is progress. For Manchester United, that is failure. No matter who is in charge, that is failure, point blank. And you see, that narrative was going on when people were forgetting that he had inherited from a manager who had won 2 trophies in his first season. So you can't necessarily say in one season, let's say this season, Man United have won the Carabao Cup and the Europa League. Then next 2 seasons, when we lose the final, that is progress. That is not progress. That is decline. That is decline because the team was winning before you came. No matter how they were performing in the league, they were winning trophies. So fine, you can deem it as progress if you finish second, but in the cup competitions, when you get to a semi-final or a final as Manchester United, you are supposed to win. And that mindset had creeped into the minds of the players, and it was very telling under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's like, we finished second, okay, it's fine, that's a successful season. You finish in the semi-final of a cup competition, that's a success. No, and it was very, very sad. But Erik Ten Hag has come in, and you can see that he's renewed the mindset of the team. He's brought back that winning mentality, and it also tells with the sort of players he's brought in. He's brought in Lisandro Martinez, who's won trophies in the Dutch league. He's now a World Cup winner. He's brought in Casemiro, 5-time Champions League winner. He's won league titles. He knows what it means to win. Do you get me? He's brought all these guys who Eriksen, who's won a league title with Inter Milan. He's brought these guys who understand what it means, first of all, to play for a big team and understand what it means to win. So when these guys enter the dressing room, their thinking will start to resonate to the rest of the group who are not necessarily used to doing these things. And for me, yes, when you enter a final, tactically you have to get it right. Ten Hag got it spot on. The game plan was brilliant, and I'll get into that a bit. But I'm just talking about the general expectations and standards of a big team when you are entering the final. Look, Man United entered the final. You could tell from the body language of the players. They knew they were going to win. They expected to win, and they were just waiting for 90 minutes for the trophy to be given to them. That is the audacity at which a big team is supposed to enter a final. It was excellent. Look, if I'm Rashford and I've played semi-finals with Man United, I've played the Euros with England, I've lost. I've played the Europa League final with Man United, I've lost. You are sort of used to losing. So when you enter a final, you are afraid to lose again. That is when you don't have people who've done it around you. Let me just give you this example. If it's your first time going to skydive, okay, and then when you're skydiving, they take you through the theory, so they tell you what to expect, those things, before they take you through the actual thing. So if you are taking through the theory, and let's say you go through the simulation exercises and everything, and then you enter the airplane, you're already nervous because it's your first time. You're already nervous. And then the pilot tells you that the instructor who is going to jump down with you, that's his first time. So good luck. All of a sudden, I can bet you even forget what you've been told during the theory. You forget all the tricks they've told you, taking you through the simulator, and you'll be afraid because the person who is supposed to guide you is also taking this is his first student that he's taking down. So that is completely different from if the pilot tells you that, young man, you are going to enjoy yourself. This guy who's taking you is absolutely experienced. He's literally one of the best in the world. All I can tell you is that just do as much as possible to enjoy it. I know you are nervous, but trust me, with this guy, you will enjoy it. It totally calms you down. something like this totally comes down, because all of a sudden you know that you are in good hands. And that is what having experienced heads around the dressing room and in the dressing room does for you. First of all, you have a manager who has been to finals, he has won league titles, he has done it. It doesn't matter where he did it, but the fact that he did it with a similar amount of pressure as Manchester United. Manchester United, you go into every game expecting to win. You go into every season expecting to win because you are the top team in the country, one of the top teams in the country. At Ajax, it's the same sort of pressure. He transformed Ajax, brought them back to that expectation to win every season, and then he continued it till he left. It's basically the same mentality. And then he comes. So I'm Rashford, I'm looking at, yes, I've lost. But I'm looking at a manager who is a serial winner. He wins. That is fine. I look behind me, Casemiro, he wins. Casemiro is not nervous because this is just a Carabao Cup final he's been to. So all of a sudden, I'm already calming down because these guys have done it. They've done it over and over again. I look at my centre-back partnership. They are former world champions and defending world champions. 5 Champions Leagues for Varane. They are winners all over the pitch now. So when I'm playing and I look at Newcastle, they don't have winners in their team. They are more, and you see, when you put yourself in that situation, you just automatically know that there's nothing you need to worry about. Just focus on your game because the experience is here. You are in safe hands and you can carry out your game plan to perfection. And that is what happens. That is the influence of having winners in your team. And for me, that is one thing that Manchester United have had. Yes, people compare to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's time at Manchester United. There were 1 or 2, but you see, even those guys were not what you call natural leaders. And that time also, the leadership of the team was given to people who were inexperienced. So if you saw the voices of Manchester United at the time, yesterday, typical example, when they were going up to raise a trophy, in typical sense, Maguire is the captain of Manchester United. When he came on, he took the captain's armband, so he ended the game as captain and he's captain. There was no reason for him to jointly raise it with Bruno Fernandes. But the leadership of the team is changing. Yes, the armband might be for Varane, but the players know who the leaders are. There's Bruno, there's Varane, there's Lisandro, there's Casemiro, before maybe Maguire will come. So subconsciously, they know who the leaders are. But in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's time, Maguire was the captain. Rashford was like one of the leaders of the dressing room. So in as much as you had the David De Gea's and the Pogba's and things, nobody was necessarily looking to them for inspiration because that the leadership mantle wasn't given to them. And I'm saying not given to them in terms of an armband, but allowing them to flourish as leaders. So that is sort of the differences between Solskjaer's time and then Erik Ten Hag's time. Erik Ten Hag has renewed the mindset and he's brought in guys, not just himself, but brought in guys who understand what it means first to play for a big team, understand the pressures of winning, and understand how to win. And that was, for me, that was it yesterday. In as much as tactically he was brilliant and he was spot on, his reactions were excellent. He had a team that was mentally better prepared than Newcastle, and they just dealt with the game better than Newcastle. Tactically also, I want to touch on Wout Weghorst. He's probably the only person I want to touch on. Look, fans are, and I understand, football fans are very focused on the intricacies of a footballer on the ball. So if you can't dribble, if you are not quick, if you can't do a step overs, if you are not entertaining, if you are not scoring goals per your traditional role, then you're a bad player. But what Wout Weghorst gives to Manchester United can never be overlooked. Look, I tell you, if you watch Rashford in the team, he does next to nothing when it comes to defensive work. He's been assigned a certain responsibility defensively, but it is not as much. Weghorst's hard work liberates Rashford. It's Weghorst, Fred, Bruno Fernandes. The pressing and the running around that you do in the middle liberates Rashford. And it's very, very important. And it's not just Rashford, but you see, it reduces the pressure on the defenders. And it is so important as a team. Look, if you don't have somebody sacrificing themselves, especially for a player who has deficiencies in that regard, that is Rashford. Rashford, yes, when he started his career, he was doing a lot of defensive work, but he has improved offensively. So in order to be able to get the best out of him offensively, you need to also reduce some of his defensive output. Similar to Cristiano Ronaldo and Rooney. Rooney was now asked to do extra defensive work to cover out for Ronaldo, who was just focusing on scoring all the goals. You need somebody like that in the team. You do. And you see, with Weghorst, he's so important. And I always ask football fans, when you are watching a player like that and you're so frustrated, the first thing you do, first of all, and I asked football fans this, and also there's a caveat to it. When it is an experienced top manager, ask yourself, why is that manager still playing the guy? The guy's not scoring, the guy's not giving an assist. He's not even getting at the end of chances. So why does he keep on playing? Why there are more exciting players on the bench? It's because of what he's doing. What he's doing off the ball that you can't see. What he's doing for the team that the naked eye can't see. But tactically, the coaches can see, opposition managers can see, and the players themselves appreciate. That is why he's playing, and that is why he'll keep on playing. And that is why probably even when he leaves on loan, Man United will go out and get a similar player of his guy. Maybe somebody who can offer a bit more offensively. But that defensive work rate and the defensive output, you cannot do away with it. He's so important for the team. And I feel United fans need to relax for him a bit. But some way, somehow, I'm also a bit happy that is happening because, and I'll end it this way, maybe for United fans who are also Ghanaian, you'll begin to appreciate Jordan Ayew. If you can see the use in Weghorst, then you should be able to see the use in Jordan Ayew. Let me just hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Erik Ten Hag giving Manchester United their first trophy in 6 years. First of many. It will happen. First of many. Let me hear what you have to say in the comment section. Like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe to be able to enjoy more of this analysis. We are out.